Before the world sees your wins, your soul has to feel your work. It's the reps nobody applauds that produce the wins that do, all through a shifting of your identity into a dominator. This is all done in the dark every single day. So let me be your guide as I welcome you to this episode of the Dark Work Daily. My friend, welcome to Monday. Listen, dominators, they get bored too. I'm gonna put this out front because there's this thought that whenever you're creating something, doing something, that there's no boredom involved. It's all excitement. It's fun. It's a blast all the time. Not the case, man. Discipline isn't the absence of boredom. It's the action in spite of it. It's why the word discipline exists, because it's hard. Like, you got to be disciplined to something. And if it's not difficult or it's not boring, then what are you being disciplined to? It's just fun. It's not even a word for that. It's just like enjoyment, right? So the idea here is like you have to find a way to look at the next stage of what you're doing and realize that you can either be a dominator who goes, hey, I'm going to go into this thing. I'm going to approach it difficultly. I'm going to put the time in, move past the boredom. I'm going to get things done. Or I'm going to be a submitter who waits for the motivation to return, who sits there and goes, you know what? I want to wake up and be on fire for this every day. And like, yeah, you may be on fire for the end destination, but what it takes to get there requires a lot of difficulty and a lot of doing of things that take mastery, which is typically a boring process in some manners. Not all the time, but there are moments in time, often, where I found myself like completely bored out of my mind doing something. When I first started this whole business of speaking, coaching, consulting, early on, and this is everybody started out, it's just you. There's nobody else. There's no team to lean on. It's just you. You have to learn the things and absorb the stuff and get the strategy down. And once you have the strategy in place, I got to create the process to put it in place. Back when I was just getting started, there was platforms and tools, and I had to learn so many different things: CSS, coding for websites, and how technology, works in conjunction with stuff, and making things integrate left and right, and filming videos, editing videos, posting things. It wasn't just like a matter of figuring out what I should say on camera, but then getting the camera and filming the things with the setup of the camera, and then editing the stuff and posting it and doing marketing and learning Facebook ads. And there's so many pieces to it. It was boring. Like, I would literally open and close Starbucks sometimes, sitting there clicking buttons for like, I'm not even joking, 12 to 16 hours. I would have to read things, consume stuff, and watch videos and watch training. And it was just this back and forth thing. And I'll tell you what, like, I didn't love it, but what I realized was the thing I wanted at the backside of it, this was the path to get there. See, for me, I realized that as a dominator, I just can keep moving. I move. That's it. I've met so many people or re-met people that I guess I knew back in the day, or may have known me or started things with me and got, man, I love to see your success. Like, it's great to see you've climbed to something. I was right there with you. I wish I would have stuck with it like you did. And that was the thing. They didn't stick with it. So why'd they not stick with it? Well, they got bored. Like, the idea is you got to normalize this boredom. That's what comes with consistent dark work. And you got to reframe it as a sign you're doing something sustainable, not a sign you're on the wrong path. You can't use that as a reason to go, yeah, well, it was so difficult and so hard, like maybe I should do something else. No, because everything you choose to go towards, to pursue at some point, that's going to be the same path you walk. It might be exciting in the beginning. There might be some fun nuance. But no matter what, at some point you'll run into this boring, difficult thing you have to navigate that is not fun in the moment. But the truth is that's the path that gives you the admission to what you want. Because if you think about the thing that's fun and enjoyable and it's a dream to achieve, that thing is something that most people don't have. The reason most don't have it is because of the difficulty to achieve it. The difficulty isn't like, a trivia question or like it's the difficulty of building something to get there. The difficulty of stepping into some situation that's not exciting and motivating day after day after day, week after week, month after month, year after year. It's funny, just a little bit ago, I was having a conversation with my team about having to get access to one of my Vimeo accounts where we hold videos. And they went in and they were trying to find these videos. They couldn't find them, so I had to log in and find something. I had to scroll back to the oldest video put in there. The oldest video was in there in September. I want to say September 27th of 2014. 2014. We're now in 2026. We're talking 12 years of me doing this stuff. And that video was actually not the first one I made. It's the first one I loaded into Vimeo. It's just the first one in that platform. I started before that. And the crazy thing for me is like that takes me so back to so far back to different moments of just remember like what it used to be like to do that, like to film these videos. And like they're crappy videos, by the way. If you get a chance to see them, they're not good videos. I'm not proud of them, but I'm glad I'm proud of the guy who started that ugly. I'm proud of the guy that put the work in, that gritted through it, that made things happen, because most folks don't get that far. But I remember going through and realizing like it's just this interesting thing of all the pain and anguish and difficulty and what it took to go through these last 12 years to get here. And it took at least 5, maybe 7 years to finally have that really good uptick. And even now, I have things that I want to accomplish. There's a lot of boring stuff behind the scenes I got to do, but I will do it. Because I want to dominate my life in a way where I have control and I have freedom and I can do what I want. That's not going to happen if I don't build the muscles and do the things that are required to get there. That's the piece that people talk about. Consistency is like, in order to be consistent, it requires you fall in love with boredom. Find ways to find joy in the things you don't like doing. And maybe it's the thing you like doing. Maybe it's a side or peripheral thing that you enjoy because of this, right? So maybe if you're like, hey, I don't want to fix this thing, but I can listen to music while I fix it. Or, hey, no, I'm not in love with this, but I can sip my favorite drink while I do this thing. No matter what it is, when you can get to the point of realizing that the separator is who can lean into boredom, you're going to find that you have the key to the success you want. It is not about how fast you go all the time. It's about, do you continue moving? Or do you step out of something and search for the new shiny object because it got boring? Do not let boredom bar you off from your dreams. Get used to boredom. Fall in love with it again, because that, my friend, truly is the dark work. If this episode stirred something in you, good. That means there's work to be done. Don't ignore it, because listening is just the beginning. Because real change happens when you engage and you commit. So I invite you to join the Dark Work community inside the Dark Work app, which is where you communicate with amazing people on the same journey as you. You can find it on the App Store and the Google Play Store right now. Step into the conversations that sharpen your habits, strengthen your identity, and keep you locked in to the dark work.